Hello guys, welcome to the 8th tutorial. Basically our app is done, but this is just on top stuff like the toppings that adding the movies to the favorite database. And we will use the same approach that we had used like when we were fetching the data from the REST API and storing it locally. And just as that you want to work with the favorite movies, you can add another fragment and how to go to the detail activity. And now we will work on that, and at the very end we will also implement the dagger data injection in this great app of ours. Okay, so let's get right into it. And first of all, we will create a detail activity. So I will just create a new activity, and I can name it as movie detail activity. So the layout file will be here, and as it's loading we can think what to do next. Is like we can first of all create the layout for our detail activity where we want to display the movies. Okay, perfect. Here we are. And here we are doing this, and maybe we can try linear with this, or not at all. Let's just yeah, sure, linear is good. So we can take one card view, match parent, 300 dips, and app compat padding true, 10 elevation 8. So yep, here we are, and we will take one image view in here, match parent, 200 dips. Actually just give it a match parent. So this whole card view gets the image. And here we will again use the data binding, bind poster path. So we'll just come to it later. Scale type fit start. So we will load the image later, and then we want it to display the movie overview. Let's just ditch the movie title because you can see it in the okay. And text is going, the margin is going to be 20 from both every side, and like let's just text size is going to be 15 sp. Text style we can do italic. Text color we can do white, and that's it. So we have to see that. And what is the issue here? The orientation is what's wrong here? Some issue with the code in here. Position is going to be vertical. So yeah, we see, you can see here our what do you call that, our overview is coming down here, so that's good. And maybe if we want to increase the size of our card a little bit more, yeah, so our image is a little bit bigger, and we can add this padding 10 dips, so yep, more compact and beautiful. And here what we are trying to do is we are trying to load our images. So let's just close this. It's not closing it anyway, we can just do it like this. Okay, and here let's just get this namespace declaration out of in here. And oh, oops, and let's take this one, and because we have to bind the images, bind, and we will come in here and bind poster path. Let's create a data variable result, example the movies result. Poster path, and the overview we have is result.overview. So this is done, but what is not done is that how do we know that which movie is being clicked, and in this detail activity only that info should be displayed. We'll come to that, but just I would like to add a button for favorite. Let's add a button to favorite. Okay, maybe margin. Okay, text favorite. Actually, I should actually add an image here. TDP, TDP. Maybe I should just download a heart from flat icons, so you know it's easier for us. So we can create a favorite icon. The laptop is a little bit laggy. Oh, the color is not good. Let's just download this. Meanwhile, that is being downloaded. Let's just settle with this icon for now, the favorite for this, and yep, we will create another click handler. Now, when we used to deal with the buttons, we used to find view by ID, but with this approach, what is a new movie detail activity? Movie click handler. We have to create a new click handler that will deal with all the clicks on this button. So on click, this is called data binding. Click handler fav button. So this methods will be we will create it later, but for now let's just let the error stay. So let's just save it in the okay. Just turned off my browser. Okay, so here we are. Okay, and we can just go to our main detail activity and create this in data binding. When you want to, today you saw, when you want to show the text, how do we do that? When you want to add an image, how do you do that? When you want to handle clicks via data binding, how you do that? So we are working on the clicks now. Public class. Okay, context alt insert if you're on window, control and if you're on Mac. Okay, great. Alt enter to import, and we will create a method to handle these clicks. Public void, what was the name of the method that I have given here? Favorite button, just to handle the click. View, okay, perfect. So okay, we are here now, and let's go to our adapter. So this is what we are trying to do is we will apply on click listener on our list items. Whatever the recycler view is loading for us, we want to be able to click and go to our detail activity. So what we'll do here is we will go in here in position, get adapter position, whatever the position is, and if position is not null, and also if position is not equal to recycler view dot no position, then our model class result array list get So that position will be added into this. And here we can just start a simple intent. So the context is this, and movie detail activity. What we are doing here is really good thing, because in the old approach we would just pass the stuff one by one, like result dot poster goes one by one, put extra. But here we are just passing the whole result array into our detail activity. Intent dot put extra, and we can name it put extra. And we are sending the array, so this is just a little bit tricky. Put extra movie result. Okay, and here we will context dot start activity and pass the intent here. So what we have done here is, okay, why is this error being shown here? Some little hiccups. Okay, so this whole thing is like passing the whole result info for whatever the item is clicked. It's going to our movie detail activity. Now first of all we don't need this click handle for right now, but I will just uh, work on this a little bit too. Movie click handler, and yeah, click handler is equal to new movie click handler, pass the context. And if you remember, whenever we enclose our parent view into the layouts, we are given the activity for binding. So if we see here, movie list style binding, movie detail, we should have the detail binding also. Movie detail activity. So maybe we have to rebuild our project. in order to activity movie detail. Yeah, activity movie detail binding. Yeah, there we have it. So what we are doing is, here also we are doing the data binding on the detail activity. So we have to write these codes. Set content view this r.layout activity movie detail. And so if I go back here, this activity has a click handler, so I have to bind that click handler to this activity. Very simple. Activity set click handler is movie click handler. Perfect. Now how do we display the movie that is being clicked on? So here what we will do is get intent, get parsable extra, name as movie result, and we will set this on to the views of the movie detail activity. Required type result, pass type. Maybe going back to the adapter. Get intent and result dot get intent. Oh no. Let's go to our adapter, what it says, and let's check. Let's try with this one. Set result. So here is like some issue going on. Okay, there must be an issue here. It's parcel bill and get parse-level extra, and let's try to run this app and see if we click, then what do we see. So see, like there is no find view by ID in this whole project, and how surprising it is that it is one of the most common things that we see in our Android development. So the next tutorial is going to be about how do we make use of that favorite icon that we have added, and like how do we save this data in the favorite database. So let's try to click on something. Okay, yeah, so wherever we are clicking it's working, but only one thing is like we cannot see the overview. So yeah, images are being loading correctly, whatever that we are clicking on, but how come we don't see the result for the. So let me just check. Let's try to add a log message and see if we have done a mistake somewhere. So if the title is if oh sorry, no, wrong, you get overview. If the code is written correctly, then at least in the log it should show us the overview of the movies on whatever movie that we click on. As for the images, the click is working right, and okay, that's movie name, but what we need is the overview is not being shown here. Okay. Some issue, we can resolve it, no problem. We'll go to this one. Okay, the issue is, maybe let's try to write something here to test. Let's change the size. If oh, okay, everything was working perfectly, but the color was like white. That is why I wasn't able to see it. So let's just change it to the color here. Everything is fine. Yeah, the code is fine. Let's just change the background to this. Okay, yeah. And as for the image, why it's showing like this, maybe Let's try to move the image in the center. Yeah, so hopefully everything will be fine now. So our movie detail activity is done. Now we have to now we are maybe 3 steps away from the completion of this tutorial, is making the favorite button work and storing those movies locally, and offline functionality that we have already learned, so that will be a little bit easier. And also uh, adding dagger. Yeah, so see here, it's working perfectly. So that's perfect. And for this glitch or whatever you call it, we can come to it later, but for now let's just settle with this, that what we are getting. Yeah, so guys, I'll see you in the next one on how to save these uh, like the favorite movies. Okay, so let's just rerun the app for the last time. Okay, still there is like an issue, but let's not worry about that. Okay guys, I'll see you in the next one, and take care.